Did you hear me slap?
He started the recording.
Well, that's staying in now.
Did you hear me slurp?
All right, welcome to Parental Guidance. With me, I have Ethan,
Slap, slap.
the slurper, Manny,
Yeah, it's me.
and I'm Lloyd. And, well, this is a second attempt at starting.
Yeah,
I got
this
a-
week's
You might have heard it at the beginning.
this week's general
I-
chit chat.
No, I think we can call it how many times are we going to have bloopers? Episode 4. Blooper.
The blooper reel.
Yeah, we're still starting out. Need to get used to things. But yeah, what's been happening the past week?
I
Ethan?
haven't
Me?
got much. Let me think. If anyone's got anything, they can go while I think about it.
Right. Well, I know it's been half term, so if Manny wants to say what he's been doing half term, because I got something after.
Well, I had the kids with Bob being in school, not being in school rather, for half term. So having him at home wasn't a challenge because obviously I'm used to having him home. But
Was that another slot?
I
was
did it on purpose.
I was so glad to have him back at school this week, as it is a lot harder having two kids than having one. But yeah, during the half term, I have spent a lot of time with my mum, helping her sort out some bits in the house. The main thing was clearing out one of the bedrooms as we've got family coming over for Christmas.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, managed to throw away quite a lot of rubbish, but in turn also finding lots of old rubbish which I really should be throwing away but decided to keep. I found, which you'll be interested in, Lloyd, a set of old Nissan keys, which I have no idea what car they go to, as we used to own many cars. But they're the old style metal keys that come from a Z car. So I have no idea where they come from.
Z car.
Normally,
This is where Lloyd says, "Wait, I misplaced my spare key."
yeah.
No, I
Also, they
didn't. I
put it at
never
my
gave
house.
I never had or gave a spare key over to them. Although I'm not gonna lie, I have misplaced my spare key. Yeah, I think I know where it is, but I'm not 100% sure.
But
Way to stay in character.
I say, but your keys were also not full metal. They have plastic on them, right?
What, the spare has plastic, the regular one is full metal, but this
Wait,
it's not 100%.
You mean
it's
you
not.
have a Tarkov style metal key,
Yeah, the old
like
keys.
a Vaz?
The old car keys were pressed, weren't they? They didn't have any plastic on them.
Mine's special edition titanium, I think.
Yeah, well,
Eh?
I've got two keys. So I don't know
people.
I don't know what car they're for.
I see.
I didn't know if you would
people that don't
remember.
know.
I was thinking maybe the Nissan, the old Nissan.
It's not mine.
Yeah, no, it's not that shape.
So yeah, I just showed Manny my key for my car.
I was gonna say it's shaped more like the truck that we had.
Yeah, I would expect it to be for that maybe.
Yeah.
Unrelated to all of this, Halloween's just gone past. Any stories there? Did you trick or treat?
We did trick or treat with the kids. Bob and Bobette dressed up. Bob was a pumpkin. Bobette was a witch, which was quite cool. They we only went to see family.
Yeah, that's the best way, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, we did. We went and drove to my mum's and then did a neighbour's house at my mum's house, and then on the way back did my dad's, and that was about it. We then did a few houses because we don't want little children eating loads and loads of sweets because that's
part one. Yeah,
that's not a very good thing. Yeah, I managed to find some really good cheap blow up decorations, and Nasus, the missus, decided to blow up, or think it was a good idea to blow up the blow up decorations. One of them being a big skeleton with quite a creepy face on it.
yeah.
Blow it up in the middle of the morning and leave it sitting on the sofa for us to see when we come downstairs. Bobette not so fond of blow up skeletons in the middle of the morning when it's really dark, screamed her head off and proceeded to be really, really distraught and distressed at about 7 o'clock in the morning. Literally screamed the house down. It was quite funny, but at the same time, I felt really bad because obviously she was really scared.
It's one of them things that's like, with kids, you always feel bad laughing, but some of the things are just funny.
Oh yeah.
Ah, bro. Whatever doesn't hurt them makes them stronger.
Well, yeah, of course. But with like continuing the Halloween sort of stuff, we did go to I was not a theme. I wouldn't say it's a theme park. We went to some gardens, like kept grounds type thing. The college there that keeps the loads of gardens and like a foresty area that we have a membership to, and they did a Halloween event there, and they had a really cool experience with like you had to find words along the trail and fill in a crossword and find out what the main hidden word is, and then you got a prize at the end. They had like an interactive experience in the foresty bit of the grounds, and
Or just zombies popping up everywhere. Yeah.
it wasn't. It was more scripted. It was more. We were told that we had to go find a ghost, and and they gave us his name. It was like Eddie the chimney sweep or something, which was a guy obviously dressed up as a chimney sweep. But on our way round, there were letters that we had to take note of, and it's obviously it spelled out a word. And then we had to give that word to some ghosts at the end, otherwise they wouldn't let us leave the forest. Bob didn't like the ghosts very much, so that was another thing that sort of scarred my children for life in the space of a week. Like they've had two very scary experiences, but I was surprised that it didn't actually affect him as much as I thought it would, which was good.
What was the ghosts like? How were they dressed as ghosts? What sort of attire was it? It wasn't just the sheet.
White
over them,
sheet.
was it?
It wasn't just the white sheet. No, they were like meant to be ghostly pirates type thing, trying to recruit the children to their crew, unless you gave them the special word, which was escape. But yeah, as I said, it was quite well done. It was more, as I said, there was one that obviously the one guy that was a bit too enthusiastic in scaring little children was a bit annoying, but I guess he was doing his job. But yeah, it was all in all, it was a good experience. Got to do some pumpkin carving as well.
I didn't do that this year.
He was clearly trying to, he's getting paid by the scare.
Yeah. We normally do pumpkin carving every year actually, but haven't found any nice pumpkins actually.
No, when we went to the shop the other week, they did not look good. And I normally, even though I don't do anything, I normally buy one just to carve because it's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun to do. Leave it out.
Just help me out here. What is the normal price for a pumpkin?
Oh,
I've got no idea.
I would say less than £3. I'd say about.
Oh my god! Oh,
a lot
less
than that. I'd say maybe about £2.
Do you know how much the pumpkins are here?
£7.50.
Bro, 20 quid.
Oh,
£20.
wow!
That's because you're living in a place that doesn't grow anything natively. All you can do with the ground is bake bread, and you know it. That's why you're laughing.
No, I'm just laughing. There's just the hate.
Too much sulfur.
How much? What's the bakery aisle like? Is it 30? Sorry, 30?
There is no bakery aisle. They make all their bread in the ground, in a pot.
What, individually? Every person has their own.
Yeah, each family does it every week.
Oh, never mind. No bakery aisle.
Yeah, they just dig a hole and put it in the floor.
I thought it was going to be like 75% of the supermarket. Because that's all that they can bring in.
That's what they can make is bread.
Just the people with ground sell to flat.
Scurvy is a very popular disease.
And just lie down.
The scurvy's kicking in. £100 an orange.
I missed out on the Halloween night this year.
Actually, Satsumas here are only 80p a kilo, so
That's not bad.
That's pretty
that's
good.
amazing.
That's pretty
It's
good.
amazing. Nah, it's such a weird, like the culture difference is madness.
Oh, it's going to be a
Like,
different country.
you know, you can't have pumpkins, but here have like Satsumas, and here eat as much eat as much sausage as possible. Like, it's
But did they actually like celebrate Halloween as a holiday there? Because I know it's a very
um
American thing, really.
but this is the thing. Scandinavia has a love affair with American culture, so I'm gonna assume yeah. But I think I didn't really see it. Like, we had sweets and stuff because we went to like a town where they have like, I don't know, it was like 200, 300 different types of pick and mix. Oh, nice.
But that was because you bought sweets for yourself. I'm thinking more. Did you not buy sweets to give out to kids, or
That's what I'm saying. We bought it for ourselves, but like we had some just left on the side, just like
just in
closed,
case?
so we can, yeah, just in case, if you know, because we do have a few kids in our little flat block.
I thought I was
No,
gonna get like the neighbours or something. No one,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
one
but I
knocked.
think,
Luckily, I didn't buy any sweets, so I got away with it.
bro,
yes, good. Yeah.
it's it's so. It would have been nice to do it, like to have someone come, but I think everyone's just so like poor at the moment.
I don't think it's that. I think it's also a whole participation thing. That's what I was going to say. Did you see any decorations? Because if you didn't have any decorations out, like that's sort of like an unspoken rule of trick or treating now. It has become over the years. If you've got a pumpkin outside, at least with a lantern
You're
in it,
celebrating.
you're sort of celebrating it, which means you do have sweets, and then the kids will come
Yeah,
and knock. Because as I said, as we knocked at my dad's. That was the last house we did.
yeah.
We noticed that there were some kids that randomly knocked on the door, and they answered, and the woman answered, was like, "No, sorry, no sweets," and then closed the door on them. And
No,
the
sorry, no
boys were sort of
English.
like really outraged that they didn't have anything. So I sort of shouted, "Go knock on the doors with pumpkins and decorations outside." So I saw them walk
Mm,
down the road, and then obviously I knew there was a house with pumpkins outside, and they went and knocked and got some sweets.
It's
Otherwise,
one
they're
of
just going to
them.
be knocking on everyone's house,
Yeah,
just hoping
but
that they
that's
have something.
the other part of trick or treat is the trick part. Luckily, they weren't doing that,
yeah, they
throwing
should have
eggs at the
done that.
houses and
Throw some,
whatnot.
yeah, chuck eggs at 'em, man. Waste, man.
Well, that
Maybe you're
happened
not
to my dad's house last year, but
got no sweets in your yard.
I did try to explain
Disgusting.
that to my dad. Is sort of if you don't have stuff and you do put decorations up or you have lights on, people will think you're going to be giving out sweets. So generally, people just sit in the dark.
My
No,
Halloween normally consists of getting dressed up and then going to a club.
yeah,
Getting dish faced.
because we're not 10 and 11 years old going and getting sweets from strangers.
No, I pay for
Oh,
my
bro,
alcohol from the bar.
Yeah,
not gonna lie. When I think about it, the past was so much better when it comes to this stuff. I remember doing trick or treating. Every house used to give out something, and if they didn't have any sweets, they just give you pennies.
no, I don't know about the pennies. Maybe I never used to get money, but that would be again.
Bro,
That is a thing of someone would still give you something instead of
yeah,
like just going no and shutting the door. But again, it was different back then.
I only really went to friends and neighbours' houses when I actually did it. The only time I didn't was when we were being young idiots and literally just put on a random mask. That was all we put on, like no effort, just mask on. And one person, one mask, 6 people, one person with the mask on at the front door, knocking on the door, asking for sweets. And the funny thing is, it was like I think it was a week early as well.
Just
what?
hoping to get sweets.
Well, I think we were gonna be. What day was it? Or what was the reason? We weren't gonna be there for like. I think it might have been before we were like in school when we were gonna go to like France. One of them like trips, and I think
Yeah.
we're going at around that time. I might be wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, but it could
Um,
be because it's half term, isn't it?
yeah. Oh, I can't remember exactly now, but
Well, it's
there was
like
a reason that we were like, oh, we're not going to be here next week.
it's like this past week was half term and Halloween happened to fall on the Monday just gone. So it was sort of a school night still. So that's why we were struggling to try and think of a best time to take the kids. But obviously, because it gets darker earlier now because of daylight savings, we were able to take them out.
Yeah, that's hit me badly today. The
Oh, yeah.
darkness is coming back from the office and just looking out the window and it's pitch black.
Yeah.
Bring on the seasonal affection. Season, what was it? SAD, man. Something affection disorder. Seasonal
Yeah,
affection disorder.
that hits me quite hard. I don't realize it until summer comes and I realize I'm so much happier.
Because it's not
Sorry,
dark all the time.
Mm.
I couldn't give two shits whether it was light or dark. My mood stays the same. Apoplectic or apoplectic or whatever it's called.
Let's say sad, but it's
Yeah.
it's more happy at the moment.
No. I was saying more emotions everywhere, just always everywhere.
Always.
What was there's a sub we nearly started speaking about something before the recording started. What was that? I can't remember now.
Wait, how was it? Apoplectic. No,
Neither can I.
Oh, this is great. Oh, we're just gonna sit here thinking about it now, aren't we? No, that's not good.
No, that's not great content. Let's talk about something else.
Can I just say something? The thing that I was trying to say is apoplectic, and that's overcome with anger and fury.
Oh, that should just be your name.
Yeah.
It was the right word. Just don't know how to say it.
That should just be your name.
Yeah.
I might. Yep, new screen name for all games: Apoplectic Cleric. Let's go.
I was gonna say, a recent thing that has frustrated me is I have 2 pairs of glasses, and I've been wearing the second pair a lot more recently, the past couple months, and I seem to need to get them adjusted again as they've become really loose, and it's just something that seems to affect me a lot.
Are you sleeping in your glasses?
I may or may not be sleeping in my glasses.
This is a massive impact on whether the glasses remain fit to your face or not.
Yeah.
Bro, can you just take the plunge and get those titanium frame ones that I got now?
I don't need titanium frames that can bend and whatever. It's just.
Yeah, but you sleep on your glasses all the time. This will solve.
But they're not
90%.
broken. The problem is that they're not broken. They just need realigning again so they fit my face nicely and don't fall off my face when I look down.
I'm always scared of them falling. You know, when you're like, I don't know how. I'll always explain this as being like top of the Empire State Building or something like that on a cliff out in, I don't know, Devon, wherever you're exploring. Whenever there's somewhere to look down.
Empire State Building is in Devon. You heard it here first.
No, I said looking off a cliff. Did that not come through? Anyway, whenever I'm looking down, I always put my hand in front of my glasses because I'm so scared that they're gonna fall off for some stupid reason. Like someone hits me or walks into me, bumps me, and my head shakes, and my glasses start falling down this cliff, or to the streets of New York off the cliff of the Empire State Building.
Yeah, you might look left too quickly and that's
In
it, they're
Devon.
flying off.
That has also happened a few times. That normally happens in football, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, don't get me started on football. That ball has a magnet for your face.
Oh yeah, if I'm wearing
When you're wearing
glasses, the ball is hitting me in the face 100% of the time.
I think people just aim for it.
No, there's like some magnetism involved here because I hear it when someone kicks the ball. You hear it.
You hit. I know it's going to hit my face before they've kicked the ball.
Yeah. You don't bother to move.
It's normally the most powerful shot that's happening of the night.
and then Lloyd is just dazed for the whole time after.
I've also been not too worried about their eyesight, but with Bob and Bobette, because obviously their parents, us, me and partner, we both wear glasses, and also their grandparents also all have glasses. I'm very worried for their eyesight, and my eyesight's like really bad.
They might just get really lucky, like my brother.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping. We have got a couple of people in the family who have good eyesight and don't need glasses, but
the other thing that is a consideration is that in 10 years' time, the technology in the past 10 years up till now for eye repair has dramatically improved, and it's probably only going to get better in the next 10 years.
That's
Well, hold on.
see, I have
Whoa.
as I say, I have thought about having laser eye treatment, but I think I'm just a really squinty person anyway, so I think it wouldn't make a difference. I'll still be walking around with my eyes half closed most of the time.
But hold on. How are you saying it's gonna go? It's gonna get better? Because we could all be in nuclear fallout this time next year.
I mean, yeah, if all of that sort of stuff not taken into consideration, or the nuclear fallout could clear up everyone's eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Then no need for eyes.
Or it
Do you know
could
what I
make
mean?
No
it
need
worse.
for
Everything just
no need
glows.
for eyes.
Yeah.
Everything
We're
glows.
all mutated.
Now we'll start having to be annoyed because we've got to pay to have extra glasses for the third eye that's developed from our mutation.
Yeah, but man, telekinesis is involved with third eyes, bro. And to be honest, I said that, and I'm just gonna segue into something that I just remembered. I might have something like that, and it sounds really crazy, but the day I got my visa, I woke up not like distraught because I woke up like I had a dream that I was getting the visa, and I woke up and I didn't get it. But then like a few hours later, I got it.
Ethan's a
So
witch.
strange.
Burn him.
Well, I'm just laughing because that's not telekinesis.
No, it's
Yeah.
not telekinesis. No, it's clairvoyance. That's what should have said.
Deja vu.
Dave Javu. Is that the translation from French?
Yeah. It just could be you manifesting. You wanted it so bad that it happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes them
should-
sort of things do happen, and it's really weird when they do.
Wait,
have
hold
some
on. Does that mean I
dream
should
and
write a book?
Does that mean you should write a book?
Yeah.
What, a witchcraft book?
Yeah, like dream it and it will happen. If you want something so hard, so badly, dream.
I do
Dream
think
as hard
positive
as you
mental attitude is a thing, but it's very hard to maintain the
Yeah.
positive mental attitudes throughout the entire time that you need it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Everything's fairies and toadstools and magical swimming and talking fish.
I mean, the other thing is that overall, the reverse of being positive for everything is complaining about everything, and complaining about everything definitely doesn't make anything better. So,
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Isn't that what lawyers do for like a living?
Yeah, I mean, I like to complain a lot. It's nice.
isn't that
Makes
what
me happy.
lawyers do for a living?
Lawyers,
Yeah,
they
just complain about stuff. Oh, this wasn't underlined. Oh, yeah, there's a S
That's not
missing here, so the contract's
I
not
don't
that's
think
not
that's
void.
complaining. Yeah, that's not complaining. It's more finding flaws in an argument. And if that can help you win a case, then why not?
Yeah, I don't feel
Professional
like it's
complaining.
Complaining saying this particular thing is rubbish, and I don't know how to explain. I guess I've lost the train
my
of thought.
nonsense.
Anyway,
My nonsense aside, let me actually talk about something serious. So my baby breastfeeding class is finished now, and we had our last lesson.
you got to see boobies. Did they show you a
Huh?
video?
Bro, Scandinavia's free with boobies all the time. I can just turn on the TV and there'll be some boobies.
Boobies.
I'm
No
on
problem.
my way.
Yeah. So what
Dash
happened?
away your what was it? Moderate? No, not
I mean,
moderate.
I am off for 2 weeks starting from next Monday.
Nah, bro, book the plane that I'm going back with, innit? It's like 30 quid. It's nothing.
I looked up again and it went up to like 70 something when I checked.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I still can't believe I booked everything, like both tickets there and back for 37 quid.
That's really good.
And
You lost
when I was
track.
talking about it before, it was around that when I said yeah I'll do it, whatever. I feel like I should do it before the new addition to your family happens.
Before Sonia comes out.
Sonia.
That's what I'm calling it. Yeah, Sonia.
Okay. You
And-
lost track
and
anyway. What happened with the booby
me-
class? Talk about boobies.
Oh, mate, boobies are incredible. Let's just put it out there. They're amazing. But this one was more about how to do that really weird cloth and wrap it all around you, and then have a basket for your kid.
Oh, what, like
And
yeah, to wrap, yeah, okay, to do the wrap
that,
instead of having a carrier, you just
yeah,
use a
some long
piece of
ass
the
cloth,
cloth.
long ass cloth.
You saying cloth
Boy, I
has
could
made me
wipe,
forget what it actually is called.
bro, I could wipe my nose on that for years.
Yeah,
How long it is, just wipe it off. Yeah.
Looks like a
Oh yeah,
sash.
yeah,
yeah, I
and
think
it's
it is. Yeah,
amazing. It's so good. Like you, the way you do it is, it looks really complicated at first, but then obviously once you go through it bit by bit, and you get like actual intelligent people to show you how it's done, then it's super easy to put on,
I-
and it's comfortable, and the baby is just snug,
Did you?
snug as a rug in there.
Oh, you had it on you.
Yeah, yeah, I've got pictures of it actually. I could send you one.
did you use a teddy instead of a baby?
Oh, we had
A doll.
like a cloth baby, but we had an anatomical representation called an ergo baby. Boy, was that thing heavy.
I was gonna say, was it like the creepy ones that they make that have like
I
realistically looking faces?
well, I being the class clown because I couldn't understand. I only understood about 10% of what was being said. I was freaking some people out by making the baby look at them. Their
You're
eyes
just
like all
distracting
true.
the whole time. Uh,
Nah, not the whole time. Only when the ergo baby was on me, and obviously after I had it, the one time they took it off me
Like, yeah, give it back.
forever.
Yeah, you're not having it anymore. Yeah,
Yeah.
those realistic looking babies that people buy, they're weird. I don't know if you've seen them, Lloyd.
um, I don't think I've seen the ones you're talking about. I think I've seen something, but not. I feel like what you're talking about is more freaky than what I've seen.
Sent us the picture. That's a Cabbage Patch doll, man.
Is that a Cabbage Patch doll?
It looks like it,
It probably is.
but yeah, those weird. As I said, those people buy them I seem to see that people who don't usually have babies tend to buy them. The ones that like to pretend they have a baby
Oh, that's
instead of just
strange.
yeah, that's a thing. But
Strange.
it is strange. They're really, as I said, they're really realistic looking.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
Um.
that's good that you're learning from your classes at least. Taking
Yeah.
in
No.
what
No, dude.
you're
I
taking
I
in
took
10%
in.
of the knowledge, so that's something.
Bro. Well, think about it this way: when you have a sentence, when you form a sentence, yeah, and you say whatever you want to say in a sentence, only 5 to 10% of that sentence actually tells you what's going on. The rest of it's just adverbs and stuff like that. As long as you know the main point of the sentence, you know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
I know it sounds a bit strange, but like that's what it was.
I think it's
But
what
on
I
the
think that sort of statistic is worse now than when we phones. As
mm,
half of us are looking away from, like, even just listening now. I've looked at my phone because I got a message,
I was
but I did take on what you're saying.
I was writing something that I don't know whether I'm going to talk about in this one or not. So
you want to hear the kick in the teeth though?
yeah, let's hear it.
I only know all of the adverbs. I know none of the words that actually matter. So it was just a mute point anyway.
Yeah,
It was my spouse Ruth was amazing
yeah.
this time. Yeah, she's incredible. Like writing down in English when they were talking in Swedish and stuff. Yeah, it's just
Oh,
amazing.
well, she was just writing it in English as they were talking, so you could read what she was.
But half and half in it because
Oh,
it's
okay, okay.
it's mad difficult.
Yeah, yeah.
But like
I mean, it's also
like I said,
it's generally hard to keep up writing with someone
Yeah.
speaking in the same language. Never mind translating it and writing it on time.
Maybe that's something you should look at doing. Maybe being an interpreter,
yeah, no, I'm
but
looking at that. But
interpreting English into Swedish.
yeah, that and doing it in Turkish as well. A lot
You
of
could
Turks
Yeah,
here
you
too.
could employ
yeah,
you
true.
could try to employ the technology side of like live translate from Google
Oh
Translate
yeah,
and
Yeah,
things like
yeah.
that
me and
and see
my
if it works.
63, we're 63 words a minute. Let's go. Which I found out is above average.
Is it?
Type in.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
63
I,
words a minute. Yeah, that's. I was thinking 63 characters. I mean, that's kind of slow.
Slow.
That's probably how fast I type. I'm very slow at typing.
I don't know. I'm 50-50. Sometimes I'm fast, but I'm still surprised that I can't fully type without looking.
Oh, dude,
Um,
you gotta get
I
that.
don't know
Like,
why I
I love
can't.
it,
I
mate.
think did you learn the quirky method? I don't do that.
the double.
But you're supposed to have
Uh,
both hands on the keyboard.
no, so let me explain that a little bit. So you have to have your hands on F and J, and you use that as a point of reference. So everything around F and J, you know.
Is that they're the ones with the little things on them, though, isn't
Yeah,
With the
it?
little tabs on
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, with the tabs on.
I
That's
think the problem for me is, is too important, and it makes me forget where everything else is.
everything else
But yeah,
is.
that's for everything we use a keyboard
Oi.
for. Yeah, WASD is like the main thing we press. Yeah, I just think it's one of those things of I'm very, as I said, a very slow typer. I'm good at using computers mainly, but that's just my main thing that I'm bad at. Which is if I was to get a job working in an office or something, that would be the main thing I'd need. Is a good skill at typing.
All you can type is sad,
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 money sad.
sad. I'm gonna put a quick note in the notes, but I don't know if we'll talk about it right now. So don't read it and try and bring it up because I don't know if I wanna.
Oh, well, that's depressing. No, I'm all right.
So I'm going to leave that for another time. It's more questions or thoughts on it, but we'll leave that for another time for now because
Next
I think
time on.
we'll see if it fits into any conversation better than what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, we can.
To be honest,
As I say, we can talk about what Ethan is going to be looking forward to as being a father soon.
bro, can I just say one thing? Everyone's talking about the head. Do people realize that the head is attached to the shoulders and it is much wider than the head?
Yeah, but the shoulders move. They can move
They
inwards.
articulate.
Remember, babies just they're very fluid. They're they're mainly cartilage. When they're born, they're mainly cartilage when they come out. Right?
No, babies are fluid.
Their hand
Put them into a container and
babies
they'll
are,
fit the container.
babies are like liquid. You put them in a container, they will
I think
fill it.
one of the worst things is the if the baby, what's it called, breach? Is it breach? Is that when the other way
bum
around?
first. Bum first, yeah.
Yeah. That's like
That's how
lots of things potentially catching. So
Well,
normally
they generally now C-section for breech babies now.
Yeah.
I remember one of my neighbors was a breech baby and they pulled him quite hard by his feet, and so his feet are like quite mashed towards each other, so he walks with that paddle.
Yeah, but it messed up his
Not
hips or
something like, yeah, he's messed up his hips basically.
yeah. There's a
But I
lot
think they
of
corrected it now, but like mad, like how, like besides all the tangling stuff, like even pulling from not the head and the neck and pulling from the feet can be
yeah.
detrimental
There's a lot
to
of
the
things
child.
about that. Like recently there was a case. I don't know if it's been resolved, but it's been brought to light again. About a kid that was born breech, but it's because they initially stated in the first scan that the baby was breech. They had another scan which the mother was then told that the baby wasn't breech. They then gave birth normally, but then they realized that the child was breech, obviously, while they were while she was giving birth and in labor. They then, instead of going straight to the theatre to have a C-section, the consultant said no, deliver the baby normally. To which the legs came out 9 minutes before the head, or something, or 9 or 8 minutes. So now the child is brain damaged because it didn't get enough air. So it's just one of those
Well,
things
hold on.
of
How does that work? If the legs are hanging out, it's fine.
there's no
They shouldn't
air.
get brain damage.
They couldn't.
But it
The
didn't take a
child.
gulp of breath though.
Yeah, but once there's no fluid there, they can't breathe. They can't breathe on their own. They have to obviously they have to breathe on their own. They don't breathe through the umbilical cord anymore. That's the whole point. That's the whole
But doesn't
point.
that happen after it's come out.
That's the whole
Or
point.
maybe,
No, that's the whole point of labour. The whole point of labour is that the umbilical cord doesn't need to do its job anymore. So your body then releases the fluids, and then the baby comes out and breathes air. So
That's
yeah,
mad. So
unfortunately
all the fluid drained out of it. Well,
yeah,
you guys know my I have a similar story with my sister, innit?
yeah,
Hers was, she was too big. Her head came out. That's mad depressing. Her head came out, took a gulp of air, and then just went back in
yeah.
and died. 15 minutes, she was dead, and she was
Oh,
dead in
I
that
didn't
room.
know. I didn't know that happened. I didn't know that happened with
I
her.
didn't know that happened.
I didn't.
Oh
I
shit!
thought maybe.
No,
I thought maybe she was starved of air. I didn't think she died. She died. Jesus.
no, she died for 15 minutes. She was dead for 15 minutes, and it takes 15 minutes for the brain to start decomposing, and hence why she has
Cerebral palsy.
cerebral palsy. Yeah, from it.
Mm.
But it's ataxic, so it's not as bad as it could be. But it's still, every now and then her cerebellum just goes, "Nah, mate, not working anymore." Cuts off, and then something horrible happens, like she falls or.
Yeah, but she hasn't had a fall for a while, no. She's actually
No, it
been.
happens a lot. No, it happens a lot, bro. It's still. I don't know that much of it at the moment, but it was happening a lot like a few months ago. But now I think she's a little bit better. But it comes and goes, man. It's plus the female anatomy and periods and hormone change and stuff. It hurts. It really
Yeah.
does.
Well,
Takes
the
a
good thing is
toll.
that she's a fully functional human being.
Oh,
She's
bro, like you wouldn't even know.
finished uni, as
Yeah,
she
man.
reminds you every single time an argument
And
happens,
you,
and
and
me,
you,
and me.
and then Lloyd.
Yeah.
So would you?
You know what I mean? But
Nah,
yeah,
yeah.
she's got a nice attitude on her as well. We'll cuss anybody at the drop of a hat, which is always funny.
Yeah, bro. Mate, oh, do you know what? She's actually going back to the motherland. My sister. She's going back to the motherland for 2 weeks. She's gonna make
As your,
everyone have
I
headache.
was gonna say, as your mum sold her, how many camels did we get?
Nah.
Not yet then.
Nothing like that. Oh, bro, it's gonna be hilarious. The stories that are gonna come out are gonna be fantastic.
They'll send her back in 2 weeks.
Bro, she's there for 2 weeks. Send her back in 2 days.
Yeah,
I'll give him 3 tops.
that'd be
Nah.
funny.
But yeah, going back to breech babies and stuff. Yeah, like my biggest fear at the moment is if it is a little bit big.
They'll
And
know that. They'll tell you all this stuff.
Nah, you'll be good,
yeah,
mate. You'll be
of
good.
course.
As you
But
said,
we've had like our midwife and stuff is really nice and stuff like that. But our experiences with doctors and stuff, like it's not been great for ourselves. But we hope it's like it's crap for us, but it's going to be
Yeah.
great for the baby.
but has that experience been happening here in the UK, or is it happening there in
Both,
Sweden?
man. It's both, man. Like at this moment in time, I do feel like doctors they must have stuff on their too much things on their plate or whatever because they are human beings at the end of the day, but they just don't give a shit. Like if it's not an easy fix, they won't push through to try
I
and
probably
figure out
wouldn't
what's
say
going
it's them
on.
not giving a shit. It's probably, as I said, workload and being tired and
Yeah,
stuff.
it must be
Things can
something
be
like that, man.
forgotten or overlooked, and then that's when mistakes happen.
Yeah, 100%. Plus, you know, doctoring is difficult. Like that goes without saying.
Oh
Like,
yeah, the amount of knowledge that you need to have just to
mate,
even practice, like let alone be in a certain position of having to do a specialization
oh
as well.
yeah, like the specializations you have and stuff like a general practitioner is like in the doctoring world, they're incredible to say the least, but they have no specialization, and it's such a wide subject, isn't it?
But yeah,
It's huge.
they'd have to have the most general knowledge out of all doctors, I would say, because
Yeah.
they'd be the start of it, of not guessing, but
It's in the
it's
name.
well, yeah. It is in the name.
Thank you, Aloy.
It is in the name. Thank you.
My 2 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's welcome.
I was gonna say, I had I got given a new threat today by Bobette.
Oof.
I was winding her up, and she
Yeah.
told me, "Don't tell me that, Daddy, or I might cry."
Oh crap!
I was just like,
Well,
"What a way to weaponize your emotions." At
Bruv.
two and a,
Weaponized at
at
2.5.
yeah, at 2.5, like proper weaponizing her emotions against me already. I was just like, this child
imagine what
is
would happen, dude. Imagine what would happen if you actually just looked at her and just went, "I don't care." She would have just fire. She'll fire at will, wouldn't she?
I don't know. I don't know what she'd do. I haven't dared to say anything. She's
Got your mother scruff of the neck.
yeah. It's just at that age to have that. She's going places, 100%.
Do you think she's going to be a daddy's girl or nah?
I think she is becoming a bit more of a daddy's girl. She spends a lot more time with me now, one-on-one, because we've obviously got her brother in school.
Mm.
But
Oi.
yeah, I guess so. We haven't like officially gone on. Well, we have gone on a little date together already. We went to the nice little coffee shop and stuff. She had a cookie and I had a cup of coffee. So we just need to take her out a bit more. But I think I think she slowly will become a daddy's girl. I think, and mummy won't be happy, but we'll see. Because she does have her times where she only wants her mum.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean,
think
later on, there's both sides of that, isn't there? Where mum can only mum can help with certain aspects of life.
Yeah.
Aye.
No,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's not.
Yeah.
I know
True. It's not.
exactly what you mean, but
Yeah, and a
I
dad.
don't think it's necessarily true. Like it could be changed, but at the same time, it's like, oh, you don't understand.
Yeah, the understanding isn't there, but you can be as prepared as
You
possible.
can be empathetic, but you can't fully understand.
That's what you just reminded me of
That-
something of
that reminds me of something as well. I'll go after you.
the movie Turning Red, I think it's called.
I haven't seen it.
It's a Disney movie where a little girl gets her period and becomes she turns into a red panda.
Hey,
And
is
it's-
that what that film is about?
Yeah, it's about a little
Oh,
girl.
my
It's a coming of
lord.
age story. It's actually really good, actually.
I imagine it will be.
And the dad was like, or the parents in general were super prepared. They had like a box of little, like loads of stuff for her and stuff, pads and so. I guess it's all about how prepared you are as a parent, I guess. But yeah, the understanding is of being a male who doesn't experience that. Obviously, you won't have that experience.
Right. That I understand that, but then tell me this now. Like this is the thing that gets me sometimes is when you have a male gynecologist,
Yeah.
isn't that the same scope of what we're talking about now?
Not necessarily.
Like in terms of biology, they can understand it, but
That's what I'm saying.
But in
not
terms
in
of
terms of
pain, locations of pain.
actual. Yeah,
Hmm.
like they can read about it, but they're never gonna have experienced it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So if they can be a professional about that, then I think I will try and
Oh,
be
you
as
can be.
good as
You
I
can.
possibly can for my child
Yeah,
when
you can
it
be a
comes to that.
professional. I was trying to avoid talking over you then.
Sorry.
You can be like professional about it, and that's why I said like you can be empathetic for it.
Oh, that's what you meant by okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
but you can't. You never have the like actual. You never have the experience of having been out in public and it happen, or
Yeah.
anything like that. And
Um,
if that happens and they feel like embarrassed, the easiest person for them to go to is going to be another female that may have also had that experience. And the closest one is probably your parents or in this case, your mum, obviously.
Yeah, I
Or
know.
mums.
Or friends. I guess
Yeah, your
friends.
friends as well.
Depends on your friends.
Yeah,
Depends
friends.
on, age and things like that.
That
And
that
how
kind of
mature
stuff.
you are with your friends as well.
Yeah, that's good. Good luck with that, Manny. Like seriously.
I think I've got a very long time before any of that happens.
Oh yeah, of course. But
I was
you can
wondering.
always.
I was more wondering what should be when she's older. I'm thinking maybe a judge or something.
So you can think that far ahead, but you can't think like immediate future.
Yeah. Well, it's not immediate future, is it? It's still got like
Well,
10 years at least.
hope, yeah. I was going to say hopefully, but hopefully isn't really the word for it, is it? Because it's something that should happen.
But
It's not.
that's the
It's a
thing
good
of like
thing.
I've been wondering what sort of hobbies they would get, or like what, as I said, what they would be when they're older, or what I would like them to be.
Mm.
I was thinking more of like for Bob, I was hoping to get him into racing and stuff like that. Like I was thinking maybe go-kart racing to begin with, obviously, and then see how he gets on because he quite likes cars and stuff like that. So
I mean, personally for me, because obviously being into cars, I would have loved that sort of thing, but it's just so expensive.
yeah,
It's so expensive to. It's a very very expensive
I
hobby.
think. I think I win then, innit, with this if it was a competition because all I want to do is kick a ball.
yeah, but
Just literally kick
Well, that's
a ball.
why everyone,
yeah, but that's
everyone will kick a ball at least at some point in their life. I'm sure.
yeah, I think that's the thing though with that. That's why I know a lot of people that they try their hardest to try and get their child into football. Because if they do end up making it, obviously there is a thing of a lot of money being made
It
if they
is,
get
but
in.
people don't realize how low
How?
percentage it is.
Oh yeah,
You need
100%.
to know people in the game, as it
There's
were. The
there's
PhD.
so much to it that you just don't realize. You know, as you said, people you know, but one of the things that is massive more than anything else, and people, it's not a quantifiable thing, is your attitude.
Yeah, yeah. You have to eat,
Mm.
live, and breathe football, or that even that hobby, depending on what it is. Even the hobby you're doing, you have to do it
But you
100%.
you have to work very hard, but be likable enough. You can't just be like, I'm the best and blah blah blah.
Oh, well, hold on. If Zlatan can do it,
I mean, there are
they're
exceptions.
outliers.
There are outliers like Ronaldo
Mm.
and Zlatan, as you said. I mean, there's a few that are outliers, but in general,
Oh yeah, of
to
course,
even
man.
be in the top 5%, how many hundreds of kids don't make it through
Yeah,
the academies, and hundreds literally go through the academies,
you have to think
and
as
most people don't
well.
even make it to the
You have to
academy.
think of where they come from compared to what clubs they play for now, or what clubs initially signed them in the
Yeah,
UK.
of course.
Because
Well,
that's the thing, they didn't get big until they came to the UK into the Premier League type thing.
they're like big in their country and stuff as well. But what I was gonna say, I've kind of gone through it a little bit, innit? Not the academy stuff, but like the semi,
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah.
do when you're semi-pro and stuff like that.
You was going through, you went to trials and stuff like that, right?
Um, yeah, I got like kind of scouted, and I went on a few, like 1 or 2 trials.
Have you watched? I just watched it recently. The world because of Ryan Reynolds and oh
Yeah,
god,
yeah.
Rob. What's his last name?
The other guy. Just call him the other
McElhenney.
guy.
Rob McElhenney. They between them bought Wrexham Football Club.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see
So
something about that.
they've got the documentary Welcome to Wrexham, and like generally the players' wages at Wrexham, so they're below they're in the National League, which is below League Two, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Um,
they're semi-professional, aren't they? Yeah.
no, they are well for this particular club, they are professional. It is
Mm,
their full-time job.
Yeah,
I see.
Um, but their wages are like 30 grand a year.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
So it's
same as
like
what I hope to earn.
like the majority of people
yeah. It's an average
regular
wage.
wage. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a
I
higher
mean,
end average wage, though, isn't it?
hmm?
35K.
But even like, so the 35, let's call it 35K, still being able to play football for 35K a year is still a great job
Yeah,
most of the
Agreed.
time, except if you're
Physically
in
demanding.
a particular area of the country that you don't like, in
yeah.
which case maybe it's not.
You have to
Yeah, if
think
it's like
you're
cold. Imagine it's Wales, man. It's always windy and rainy there, isn't it?
yeah.
He
So if
says
you're
as it's
signed,
windy and rainy in
yeah,
London.
yeah. I suppose if you're signed to those sort of places as well for that sort of money, it's it is decent enough. Oh, well, I say decent enough of a wage just to play football, really.
Mate, think about it this way. Imagine you are like some geezer that lives in, let's say, Leeds, and you have to move to Wrexham because they signed you for X amount. Bro, finding a house and stuff like that must be so difficult when it's like, only 30k or
Well,
35k a
so
year.
from in the show, they had 4 players all living in the same house.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they would make them live together, or they, I can't remember.
I mean,
who was it.
most of them are going to be like, generally, most of them are like 21, 22, 23, etc. So it's a bit like living at uni.
Yeah, a lot
in
of the
shared
time.
house.
A lot of the time as well, they can
Shenanigans.
do hosting as well. I know somebody who done hosting for, I can't remember what team it
People do
was.
hosting for
I think it might have been Arsenal or for Tottenham, and they hosted.
host the family of the like academy players and things like that.
They didn't host the family. They hosted the player. The player came. The player came to stay.
That's mad.
Yeah,
But this is what I mean by like it's who you know as well, isn't it? Look at that. Like imagine being a host family and then
That's
your mate's son wants to be a footballer.
host family is based a lot on where you live.
Yeah, because if you live close enough to the club, obviously, then it's easier for them to get to and from and travel. Because that'll be the main thing, is obviously to get them, or to the training grounds, to get there on time. Because that's obviously they get penalties for that if they don't show up or are late.
Well, so I think we're coming to like over 50 minutes here. Unless anyone's got something else before we finish up.
Let me just say one thing, because I want to bring it back to something that we always need to bring it back to, and it was from the admin class, the booby sucking class.
Boobies. Always bring it back to boobies.
Nah, it's coming back to something even better. So I saw a diaper. Yeah.
So
that shit gets everywhere.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. So are you gonna say with the Scandinavian place, is it diaper, or are you sticking with the English nappy?
I actually don't know the word for it, but I am going with diaper.
Oh, I just totally forgot. There's a different language.
What do they call it over there?
Let me find out for you. But what I was gonna say is, or ask actually, is what's the best thing to do? Tie it as hard as possible, like without hurting the child, or getting it a little bit loose so when it does flow.
You don't do it tight. You don't do it.
You don't want to stop blood flow, but you
No.
want it to hold
that's
in
what I meant by
most of the stuff.
The main thing you have to do is around the legs. There's usually like a little bit you have to fold out, so it doesn't let any of the stuff leak.
Yeah.
Be it wee or poo.
So you want to know what the Swedish for diaper is? Yeah.
There you go.
Blöja.
That particular place or a
Blöja.
Scandinavian? I mean, you're saying it in the language now, so I can't remember if you were saying Sweden or not, but it's Sweden. It's a bit late now, isn't it?
I already said it earlier.
Well, we don't have to hide that anymore.
No.
Right, and starting as we mean to go on, finishing on a poo-related subject. Thanks for listening, and like, comment, subscribe, do all of that stuff. I have to finish on that really cheesy ending.
Please subscribe, please. And don't forget to do the bell for notifications.
If that's on whatever platform you're listening on.
That's on YouTube.
All right,
Other
bye.
platforms are available.